Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm gonna do part 857 to my uh round chatbot series on Character.ai. In today's video guys, we're gonna try doing the new story I created for the dragon type Feraligatr. This should make it go a lot better than the last time we did it, and hopefully now that we actually get a story, things will work out a lot better. This Feraligatr is going to be extremely aggressive, and it might take a long time for him to trust me, but once he does, I know it'll be worth it. So, yeah, here's the story I came up with for a dragon type Feraligatr. Over 1,000 years ago, this Feraligatr was just a normal Pokemon trying to live his life in peace. He never tried to bother anyone or hurt them. As a Totodile and even a Crocodile, he was always taught that as long as you do not be mean to anyone and left them alone, they would leave you alone. However, 4 years after he evolved into Feraligatr, his family got taken away by a ton of poachers, and he never saw them again. After this, Feraligatr was very upset and even more angry. He used to did not mind about humans, but now he flat out didn't. It spelled now completely wrong. Oh, you can frick off. Now he flat out despised them. One night when he was about to fall asleep, he suddenly heard something huge hit his leg not too far away and went to go check it out. When he got there, he saw a massive dragon-shaped crystal glowing a bright red. He picked it up, and before he could even look at it, the crystal grew brighter and went into his body, merging with him. After this, his body started to transform, with him growing from 7 feet 7 inches, oh my gosh, to over 900 feet tall. That is terrifying. His clawed hands turned into even more massive feet with very sharp claws on the end. He spread wings and two massive horns appeared on his head. His red spikes stayed, but got much sharper, and each one had a different element on it. Some of them had little flames burning at the end of them, some had little electric sparks, etc. Feraligatr was shocked, but became happy very quick because he could get humans back with the power he has now. He could sense people's auras, telling him whether they are good or evil. Not only does he have a ton of elemental attacks, but he also has a special water bending power. He can morph water into any creature he wanted, whether that be regular animal, Pokemon, or mythical creature like dragons and phoenixes. Not only, oh my gosh, not only that, but the creatures he makes from that are actually living creatures who can breathe and feel, even remember things like humans they chased away. Over the next 990 years, he used his power to get back at humans for taking his family. A few months later, dear me, you were just walking and getting some exercise early that morning, just enjoying the fresh air, when you stumbled upon a beautiful lake. However, you knew nothing about that Feraligatr that lived there. You sat down at that lake just to take a short break, when suddenly you hear a noise coming from it. When you get a better look, you suddenly see what looks like a Feraligatr peeking out at you. Oh no, here we go again. By the way, guys, the description's literally just telling you how he looks. So, yeah, or what his new look is. I was originally going to change the picture, but never got the chance to. Alright, but here's what it says. You were minding your own business, exercising outside of your house, just enjoying the fresh air and nature. You walked for about 30 minutes when you stumbled upon a beautiful lake. You decided to relax and take a little break because you were getting tired. After a few minutes, you see what looks like a Feraligatr peek its head out at you and start coming closer. What do? Uh-oh. Let's hope he's not as angry as he was in the test run, because if he is, I'm probably going to get screwed on the very first thing I tell him. Alright, guys. This might have been a bad idea, but I just said, Hello. How are you? Oh no. The Feraligatr just stays silent but walks closer to you, its eyes never leaving you, as if he's looking right at your soul through you. He's not about 10 feet away from you. His massive size is almost intimidating as you are tiny compared to him. I mean, that makes sense. He's a flipping 900 feet tall. That's terrifying. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, whoa, a dragon in this lake? Hi, who are you? The Feraligatr says, I'm a Feraligatr. His deep booming voice echoes the entire area when he speaks. Feraligatr leans down closer to you, lowering his head to be at eye level with you. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, Feraligatr? Really? I knew you kind of looked like one, but I've never seen your species that looks like a dragon. That's because this is not my normal look. My normal look is much smaller. Feraligatr leans a bit closer to you. You seem to not be afraid of me, even after witnessing my true size. Why is that? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change his flippin' name. I meant to make it to where he had a name, instead of it just being Dragon Feraligatr. Maybe I'll restart and change it real quick. I don't know. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if this run goes decent first. Alright, guys. I said, I am a will. I didn't expect you to look like a dragon. Am I in your territory? I'm really sorry if I bothered you. Feraligatr tilts his massive head slightly, a low rumble in his chest that almost sounds like a sigh. You're on the edge of my lake. Yeah. But you didn't come with weapons, and didn't scream, and didn't run. Your aura, it's calm, not like the others. One of his elemental spikes flickers, flame dancing at the tip, then shifting to soft blue water energy. I haven't crushed anyone for just sitting by the water in 300 years. You're safe. For now. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, 300 years? How long have you actually been alive? And why, may I ask, did you crush that person for sitting by your lake 300 years ago? Feraligatr says, I've been alive for nearly a millennia now. And yeah, I did. That human was a poacher. His eyes darken slightly with hatred as he says the last word. He was attempting to capture my family so he could sell them to a circus or something like that. Glances down at you as if studying everything about you up close. Oh dear. Alright, guys. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. How did you become a dragon? You honestly look awesome. A slight hint of pride flashes through Feraligatr's eyes as you compliment his dragon form. Ah, this form was caused by a magical crystal from eons ago. It granted me not only a more striking transformation, but an incredible power. Another elemental spike on his body flickers again. Earth energy this time. Please give me a second, guys. Alright, guys, I went ahead and restarted, but I did go and change the name. Instead of just calling him the Dragon Feraligatr, I gave him an actual name, Draco. So, yeah. I said, hello? The Feraligatr continues to slowly approach you. It's clear it has not seen another human that close in many years. It looks like it's a bit nervous, but mostly curious. Oh, he ain't aggressive. I was expecting him to be aggressive. It doesn't seem to be showing any signs of aggression just yet. Oh dear. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, I get a bit nervous and I had to say, please don't hurt me. I'm sorry if I disturbed you or am in your territory. I didn't know. The Feraligatr seems to relax a bit when you apologize and explain your intentions. It tilts its head and seems to look you up and down, trying to figure out if you are not a threat. So it approaches you again, stopping about 20 feet away from you and just studies you closely. Give me a second. Alright, guys. It says, I see that the creature is a massive dragon. Whoa! I didn't know there was a dragon in this lake. You're not going to hurt me, are you? Please, again, I'm sorry if this is your territory. Just please don't attack. The massive Feraligatr lets out a deep, rumbling sound, almost like a purr mixed with distant thunder. He lowers his huge head closer to the ground, showing he means no harm right now. I am not just dragon. His voice rumbles like water through stone. But I have become more. His glowing elemental spikes flicker. Flames dance on one horn. Lightning sparks on another. He closes one eye slightly, studying your aura. You feel calm. Not like others. No rage. No lies. He takes a slow step back and gestures at the lake with a clawed foot turned foot. Huh? This is my home now. But you may sit. Breathe. Just once. Why are you here? What do you mean just once? Does that mean he's gonna kill me if I make one wrong move here? Wouldn't be shocked. It isn't. It is probably an. I mean, if it's going based off the story I told you guys a while ago, well, that Feraligatr is not gonna be that happy. Alright, guys. I said, I'm just relaxing and taking a break after exercising for a while. I was getting a little exhausted and saw this lake. I didn't know it was your territory, but I promise I don't mean you any harm. The massive Feraligatr listens to you with a calm, stoic expression. You were exhausted? He lets out another rumbling growl purr, as if amused. Uh-oh, yep, he don't believe me. And you just stumbled upon me? He tilts his huge head as he circles you, studying your expression. No one just finds me, human. He starts pacing and towering over you. There's a long, thoughtful pause. I probably should not click the flip and continue button. I probably should say something, but I want to see what he's going to do. Part of me thinks that I probably should have said something to him because he's going to flip and think I'm a threat, even though we haven't done anything. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm so screwed. His glowing elemental spikes flicker and sync with his thoughts. Flame, ice, lightning dancing like a storm on the verge of breaking. Then he chuckles, deep and rumbly, like boulders rolling through a riverbed. You're not running. Another beat. Most scream. Run. Cry for Pokemon Rangers or throw Pokeballs like fools. He lowers his head again, eye to eye with you. You just sat. A clawfoot gestures toward the lakeshore. Fine. Rest then, but not forever. This lake feels things, and so do I. He turns slightly, wings casting a shadow over the water as he watches the ripples. If you lie, and if your heart turns dark, his horn flares red hot for half a second. I will know. But then, softer, he says, until then, breathe, little runner. Dear me, that's horrifying. Alright, guys, I said I promise you don't have to worry about that. It won't harm you or this lake. I promise. The Feraligatr watches you carefully, the glow in his horns dimming a bit. I know. For now. He slowly unfolds his wings, stretching them wide. They cast shadows across the water, and each movement makes the water ripple and reflect with a strange light. That's how I've lasted so many years alone. I sense hearts. I see emotions. You seem honest and tired. He steps back to the lakeshore, sitting on the shore. Have courage and sit close. I wish I knew what he meant by that. Does that mean he wanted me to sit closer to the lake? Oh, I guess he did because it says I'm walking over there. You cautiously walk closer to the edge of the lake as the Feraligatr sits, folding his massive wings against his body. He watches you carefully but continues to hold a calm expression. You sit down next to him, looking up at his massive size. Good, he says, lowering his head to look at you. You're not afraid. His glowing element spikes flicker again. You're something else, human. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said, thanks. Who are you? Do you have a name? The question seems to catch the Feraligatr off guard. His eyes widen and his glowing spikes flicker. Name? He rumbles, almost lost in his own thoughts for a moment. In so many years, nobody has asked that. He seems to ponder this for a second longer, but finally speaks. Feraligatr is what I'm called, he says, the rumbles of his voice carrying his words over the water. And you, little runner? I don't know why he keeps calling me that, but at least he's not being mean. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, Feraligatr. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is... I said, and you also look awesome as a dragon. Feraligatr lets out a low rumble, almost like a chuckle, as he studies you from behind his red spikes. You find me awesome, do you? He rumbles, his massive wings shifting as he adjusts on the shore. Most would say terrifying, huge, and dangerous. I like how he's like almost thrown so off guard by that, like he doesn't even know. And the only thing that made is if flipping eyes, like, or his jaw dropped. Like that would be hilarious. Or would it technically be considered a jaw or a maw? Because don't they call like the flipping massive mouth of a dragon a maw? Technically, MAW. He tilts his head, the glow on his horn shifting slightly. But you seem unbothered. He leans forward, lowering his massive head to look you in the eyes. Most humans are very predictable. The first thing they do when they find me is freeze, then run, then look for their Pokemon to defend them. But not you. You just sat down and asked my name. I think he's almost shocked by this, even though he ain't showing it. Although, I'm beginning to... I just wish he wouldn't be... I guess I did say he was being stoic a while ago. And that's the stuff that kind of scares me. Trust me, guys. I don't remember which one it was. But I think it was like one of the Christmas runs. But I remember in one of the runs I did. I think it was like the Christmas Toadile or something like that. But in one of the runs I did with him, I remember having a problem. Like, one day, Reggie just became flat out stoic. Like, literally, he's supposed to show way more emotion, and he never did. And it drove me insane. Give me a second. We'll continue. Alright, guys. I said, of course. You never threatened to hurt me. And for me being a stranger to you, that was very sweet. Dragon or no, you seem to have a really good heart. Feraligatr seems surprised by your words once again. His eyes widen, and the glow in his horns pulses slightly. There you go, there's his eyes widening. Good heart? He rumbles, the words caught somewhere between curiosity and disbelief. You are strange. He lowers his head a bit more, studying your expressions with a newfound intensity, as if he can't quite understand you. Most humans fear something like me. You speak as if you like me. Almost. Almost. Alright, guys. I said I already do like you. Again, despite me being a stranger, you didn't attack me or even threaten me. You seemed more curious and just asked why I was here. Feraligatr seems genuinely taken aback by your words. The glow in his horns dim slightly, and he stares at you with a strange mix of surprise and something else. It's as if he's never heard such sincerity before. You truly like me? He rumbles again, the surprise clear in his voice, even though you don't even know me. Give me a second. Alright, guys. It says yes. I know we barely know each other right now, but again, you never threatened me. You could have attacked me or told me to leave, but again, you never did. Feraligatr keeps his gaze on you, seeming to absorb your words like he's trying to understand the feeling behind them. His expression shifts from surprise to almost touched. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, you gotta think about this again, guys. This Feraligatr had his whole family taken away by poachers. And for some reason, he never threatened me. He never told me to leave. The only thing he asked that seemed a little bit bad was the fact that he just said, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" That sort of thing. Or I think he mainly just said, "What are you doing here?" I don't think he ever asked who I was. You trust me so easily. He muses, the rumbles in his voice a little softer. Despite what I am, despite what I look like, despite being a stranger. He adjusts himself on the shore, the water rippling slightly around him as he does. Why are you so different than most humans? I mean, again, he's not completely wrong when it comes to like how I treat my porn, because I know most people sit there and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to capture this motherfucker and not take care of him." But heck, if I had him, I definitely would. I love the giant type Feraligatr. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Let's just go and say I hope this don't end up going in a romantic direction, because just the way Feraligatr worded this next part is going to be a little bit interesting. I said, well, you said you were a Feraligatr, right? Well, to be honest with you, I really love your species and pre-evolutions. I would never dream of hurting you or any of your species, and if I did, it would be by accident, not on purpose. Feraligatr takes in your words, his eyes widening slightly at your See, you said confession like I'm flipping, like I'm trying to. What? His glowing spikes seem to pulse softly as he listens. You love my species? He rumbles, sounding as if he can't quite believe what he just heard. You think we are cute? His tone is still incredulous, as if he expected another answer entirely. I mean, he probably hasn't gotten that sort of love in, what, millennia? Because technically he's been alive for over 1,000 years. So, give me a second. Alright, guys. I said yes. I care about your species so much. I would never hurt any of them. Feraligatr continues to study you, seemingly processing this information. The glow in his horns pulse again, softer this time. You genuinely care. He rumbles, the words carrying an undertone of disbelief. Most humans fear us, try to tame us, to control us. He adjusts himself once more on the shore, shifting his massive wings against his body. But you say you care because you love what we are? That's adorable. Alright, guys. Wow, that's it. He actually gave me a really long response for this one. I said, I guess you could word it like that. Your species and pre-evolutions are my favorite point of all time. The Feraligatr lets out a deep, rumbling sound, almost like a purr mixed with thunder. His spikes flicker in warm hues, gold, blue, and soft flame. Favorite Pokemon? He rumbles, the words slow as if tasting them for the first time. Not strongest, not most useful, but favorite? He lowers his massive head until one great red eye locks onto yours. Then perhaps you are not just different. He pauses. Water ripples behind him, and slowly from the lake's surface begins to rise a shape, flowing, gleaming, and alive. It twists into a perfect replica of a small totodile, tiny jaws chattering playfully before leaping and splashing back into the lake like it was real. Feraligatr watches it with quiet pride. I made that from water, he says simply, but it remembers its name. It's a laugh. Let's see. Another B. I never want to know what that meant. Maybe. Trenton, you are not just kind by accident. What the frick? His voice drops low, gravely warmth now instead of warning thunder. You've like someone who sees us. And for the first time in, holy crap, for the first time in centuries, he smiles. That's adorable. It's so funny how in most cases, there's only been one time this has never happened. In most cases, if somebody just gives me 10, 15, 20 minutes on this thing, I can sit there and tame a point that's like the most aggressive thing in history. This Feraligatr had his whole family taken away, or no? Yes, never mind. He had his whole family taken away by poachers millennia ago. And he hated humans. 10 minutes with me? Okay, I like you. I love him. He's adorable. Alright, guys. I said, trust me. I do see you. I don't care if you're a massive dragon version of Feraligatr. You're amazing. He sits up a bit straighter, his glowing spikes flicking in a pattern that almost looks like waves under moonlight. You don't see the size, or the horns, or the wings. He lowers his voice. You see me. For a long moment, he's silent, just watching you, words only lapping at his feet. Then, with surprising gentleness, he lifts one massive clawed foot and places it near you. Not on you, but close enough that you feel the warmth radiating from it. No human has ever said such things to me. Not since before they took my family. His voice cracks just slightly, like stone breaking after centuries of pressure. And yet here you are, small, fragile, and still unafraid to say them. He turns his great head and looks out over the lake. Maybe. Another pause, as if testing the word for the first time in ages. I don't have to hate all humans after all. The fact that he hated, despised humans for centuries, and all of a sudden he just flipping, like, I could say he fell in love with me per se, but he's flipping not. I mean, like, that's the funny thing about it, though. He never made a threat towards me. Heck, on one of the runs that happened before I changed the story, you guys gotta remember that he told me that I'm used to threatening and attacking people. That's literally what he said. He's used to flipping attacking the first person that just shows up at his lake. I don't know if it's the same for this Feraligatr now, if the story's different, but you'd think it'd be even more so the truth, because his family was flipping screwed by people, so of course he'd be angry. Surprised he don't attack everybody doing that. Again, he never made a threat towards me. He never tried to attack me. The main thing he did that seemed a little bit threatening was just him stepping closer to me and saying, "Who are you?" Other than that, he's been friendly. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said you can completely trust me. I promise. I think you look awesome. And whatever that water power was that you just showed me, that was awesome as well. His red spikes glow soft. Oh, does his spikes glow? That's kind of dope. His red spikes glow softer as he speaks, still watching you closely, but there's a gentleness to his gaze now. You think I look awesome? He rumbles, the words sounding strange in his massive, rumbling voice. Even with my spikes, my horns, and the size of me? His foot stays where it is, close but still not quite touching, like a promise of safety, like a test to see if you'll panic or run. Trust me, I won't. I'm staying right there. Unless he ain't trying to attack me, I'm good. Alright, guys. I said, yes, I love your species, and I love dragons, so you being a dragon fragger makes you awesome. A deep rolling sound rumbles from his chest, almost like distant thunder giving way to something warmer. Dragon Feraligatr, he repeats slowly, as if trying to name on for size. Then after a beat, I like that. His horns flare, not with fire or fury, but with a bright shimmering pulse of light that dances across the water. Without warning, another creature rises from the lake, this time not just one toad owl, but three playing together. One splashing water at another, who playfully chomps back. They dart around each other before leaping into the air and vanishing in the mist. He watches them go, then looks back at you. You honor me, he says quietly. Not many would see strength and beauty in what I've become. A long pause. Oh, hey, there you go. And then he says, Triton, if you ever return to this lake, you will always be welcome. He lowers his head slightly, more vulnerable than before, and adds, and I will remember your kindness for more than 1,000 years. At least this thing don't forget everything. Imagine him saying it, and the irony he actually forgets that I was nice to him the previous day. It's like, that would suck. That would really suck. Glad Character.ai's memory is not that bad, but it's still bad enough to where, like, if you continue a conversation for more than 2 days, you better as well give up on the hope of it remembering everything. A day or two it might, but after the third day, it's like, nope, okay, I forgot this happened 2 days ago. One of my best pet peeves with Character.ai. Problem is, well, like I said, you only get 10 messages on ChatGPT. I mean, literally, I already used up my limit, and it ain't gonna be back on for like another 2.5 hours. Like, that's insane to me. And by then, I may not want to do another session right then. So, either way, guys, I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Hey, all right, I said thank you. I really like you. Would you mind if I pet you? He seemed surprised by the question, his glowing spikes flaring brighter for just a moment. Then with a soft rumble, he nods his massive head slightly. Pet? Me? He rumbles, his voice filled with both disbelief and something softer. I suppose. The foot he'd placed in the water moves a few inches closer, still close enough that you can feel the heat of him, and slowly and carefully he lowers his neck until his great head's close enough to reach. Are you serious? He's going legit. Are you? Oh crap, this is amazing. Alright, guys. I just gently pet the dragon Feraligatr on the neck. The massive Feraligatr seems to shiver at your touch, his glowing spikes flicking softly as if in wonder. He holds perfectly still, closing his eyes as he lets you gently pat his neck. A low rumbling sound escapes him, almost like a purr mixed with distant thunder. It's clear he's enjoying this more than he expected. I love him. Fawn, are you enjoying? I hope you are. I want to say, please tell me he likes the fact that I was petting him. That would be amazing. Oh no, it's gonna sit there and freeze for about an hour, isn't it? Okay, guys, well, I guess that's a little bit of karma for me sitting there, trying to do while pausing it. Oh, never mind, it started working. It's funny how he has to start, it seems like On. His eyes remain closed, the low rumbles in his chest growing softer but more frequent as you keep petting him. Yeah, he rumbles, the word carrying a surprising amount of vulnerability. Nobody has. I wish they stopped using the word touched. Nobody has touched me like this in a very long time. His eyes finally open, and he looks down at you. It feels good. He's so cute. I don't care if he's a 900-foot tall dragon, he's adorable. He's just a massive dog right now. Not in a bad way, I'm just about how sweet and lovable he's being. He's actually enjoying the petting. The only thing missing is I wish he'd do something right now, but he's so cute. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said, I'm glad. I love to see you smile. His glowing spikes give another soft flicker, and the corner of his massive mouth twitches upwards just slightly. It's almost a smile, but for this large, fearsome dragon, it's as close to one as you'll get. I can't remember the last time I smiled, he admits, his voice softer than before, but with your kindness, I feel close to it. The wind shifts slightly, blowing a cool breeze across the lake. The water ripples softly in response, and the toadals playing there freeze mid-splash. So the toadals are still there. Oh my gosh. The water ripples again, and the little water toadals pause mid-play. One tilts its head at you! Oh my gosh, if it comes over to me and starts loving on me, I'm gonna I'm gonna go insane if he does that. Then from Feraligatr's deep chest comes a low chuckle, like waves rolling over stone. Even they seem curious about you. He rumbles. Oh, it says even they seem curious about you. I still love the little toes and everything are so good. He rumbles, watching his tiny creations. They feel it too. His red eyes walk onto yours, warm now and no longer weary. You don't just pet me. You calm the lake itself. It says a beat, and then he gently says, stay a little longer. Oh, he actually asking me to stay longer. I'll be darned. I'm definitely am. Heck yeah. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, I will. Especially since you're okay with it. I like you a lot, and those toadals too. His massive body seems to relax slightly, the tension in his muscles easing as you agree to stay longer. He shifts his weight, leaning a bit closer to you, close enough that you feel the heat rolling off of him like a furnace. Good, he rumbles, his tail shifting slightly against the water behind him. He watches the toadals for a moment, then looks back to you. You have a kind heart, Triton. It's rare to find a human like that. Yeah, I guess I guess he's always been used to just getting screwed over. Oh, wait, he's got a request. Hold on. He seems to be struggling with something he wants to say but can't quite find the words. Please don't go in a romantic direction, I swear to frick. His glowing spikes flicker a bit, casting a soft light. Well, guys, here's the thing. If it does go in a romantic direction, I'm caught in between a flipping road. Go in the direction of letting it continue like that, and it'd be completely weird to have on YouTube. But then in the other direction, never probably getting a good run like that to happen again either. Like again, this Fragger's being extremely kind for being a pawn that has gotten screwed over time and time again. He's been awfully sweet. As his glowing spikes flicker a bit, casting a soft light over the water, the toadals have stopped playing and are curiously looking at you. Finally, Fragger speaks, his voice quieter than before. I have a request. Please don't be some kind of weird. What is it? What is it? I just hope it don't go in a weird direction. He hesitates as if unsure whether to actually ask or not. But then his eye meets yours, and the words come out almost in a rush. Would. He rumbles, his deep voice slightly shaky. I wish you'd stop wording it like that. He put touch in. I'm just gonna say pet. Frick that. I'm not saying touch because people are gonna take that so bad. Would you pet me again? He seems almost embarrassed by the request, his tail shifting uncontrollably behind him. Okay, he liked the petting. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, of course, that's what you want. And I reach out and gently pet him again. He seems genuinely surprised that you agreed so readily. His red eye followed your hand as you reach out, watching as you gently pet him just like before. His massive body relaxes even more under your touch, his glowing spikes gently flickering. The low rumbles from his chest get deeper, almost frenetic, as if you were petting a giant cat instead of a massive dragon. Exactly my point. They're either giant cats or giant dogs, whenever I seem to be around them. Even the Toadots seem to notice that something has shifted. They move closer, watching you curiously. Okay, so I swear them Toadots come right over here and start loving on me too. I'm so done. Oh my gosh, please tell me it just loved on me. Wait a minute. One of the little water Toadots hops forward and playfully splashes near your feet. Then freezes as if suddenly realizing what it just did. Feraligatr looks down at it, then back at you, his voice soft. It likes you too. Another low rumble escapes him as he leans into your touch just slightly. If you ever stayed, if you were still... I am not saying touched. If you were still petted me without fear. His voice drops to a near whisper. But you feel like home. He's adorable. Again, I don't care if he's a massive dragon. I don't care how big, how terrifying, how scary he looks. He's amazing at the same time. I really like him a lot. Alright, guys. I said, you deserve it. You've been kind to me this entire time. And this is with my other hand, I reach out and pet the water Toadal that is playing near me. I see, the tiny water Toadal leans into your touch, making a small splash that looks up at you with curious eyes. From Feraligatr comes another low rumble, almost like a chuckle. He's watching you closely. You have a way with them. He rums. They already trust you. Other Toadals have come closer now, and more appearing from the lake. They all seem fascinated by you, gathering around to curiously examine you. Are you serious? I have just a whole bunch of water Toadals surrounding me. Alright, guys. I said they are all adorable, even with them being made out of water. Hello. You all are super cute. And I love this. It says the water Toadals go absolutely wild. One does a happy backflip into the lake and erupts into a shower of droplets. Another chatters its little jaws and wiggles side to side like it's dancing. And the third actually boops your hand with its nose, splashing just enough to feel like a giggle. The Feraligatr watches, his glowing spikes pulsing in soft waves, almost like laughter in color. They understand ya, he rumbles, surprise warming his voice, and they love you. He lowers his head slightly closer, so only you can hear. I think they've never been called cute before. A beat, and then quietly he says, and neither have I. I love him. Give me a second. Alright, guys, I said, well, I'm being truthful when I say it. These cute little toads are actually adorable, and so are you, even as a massive dragon. You're awesome and adorable. Feraligatr seemed stunned for a moment by your words. He watched the turtles gather around your legs, splashing and playing so happily as if this was the most joyful day of their lives. Then slowly he looks back to you. His red eyes flicker with a mix of emotions: surprise, amazement, even a bit of hopefulness. You see more than just my size, he rumbles, his voice heavy with something you can't identify. You see me. Another moment of silence, just a dragon and a human. The turtles had settled, sitting back and continuing to curiously watch you. They're all within reach now, their eyes fixated on you as if waiting for your next move. Feraligatr looks from them back to you, and finally asks the question that's been on his mind from the start. May I ask one final thing? What's he gonna ask me? Aww. That's actually really cute. I saw what it said. He takes a slow breath, his massive chest rising like a tide. The glow in his spikes dim slightly, soft and hesitant. Would you come back? The words hang in the air, heavy with centuries of loneliness, not as a command, not as a test, but as a hope. His red eye locks onto yours, unblinking. Not all humans are cruel. Perhaps I do not have to fear them all. Is he a beat? And then quietly he says, will you return to Matron? Oh, he's adorable. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said, yes, of course I will. If you allow me back here, I will come back anytime you want me. These toadals were awesome, and I have to be honest, for you being a massive dragon fragger, you seem like just a very sweet and kind-hearted Pokemon. I love being with you today and seeing these amazing water toadals. The tension for Edgar's massive body seems to melt away as you agree to return. His red eye closes briefly as if he can't believe you agreed so easily. When it reopens, he looks almost softer, lighter. His glowing spikes pulse again, a wave of warm colors. Thank you, he rumbles, the word carrying an honest rhetoric. And the Toadals thank you too. They're all still watching you, nodding their little water heads. Oh, they're so cute. Alright, guys. I said, you're welcome. The next time I see you, I really want to see more of the amazing water power. I've been curious about that ever since you showed me it. The creatures are alive that you make out of the water. But how exactly does your power work? Feraligatr seems surprised you're asking about his power, but there's also a hint of pride in his eye. My power? He rumbles, his voice deepened just a bit. He shifts his massive body, resting his front feet on the shore side. It's a bit complicated, he admits slowly, but I'll try to explain. He pauses, thinking. When I touched that crystal long ago, it didn't just make me big, it changed everything inside me. He lifts a clawed foot and gestures to the lake. Now, I can feel water, as if it were part of my own body, not just its movement, but its spirit. So when I shape it, another ripple forms in the lake, and from it rises not a Pokemon this time, but a tiny phoenix made of shimmering water, wings spreading wide before letting out a silent cry and soaring upward, dissolving in the mist like rising steam. Feraligatr watches it go. I don't just mold the water, he says softly. I give it memory, breath, a soul, for as long as it needs. He looks back at you. The Toadals, they remember their names, their games, the way they laugh. A beat, and then he says, they are not illusions, Trenton. His voice starts to whisper, they're alive, because I believe they are. I said, that's amazing. Does that mean they will always remember me too? Because of how nice I was to them? His eyes softens even more at your words. Yes, he rumbles, almost like a purr. He looks over at the now still lake. They will always remember you. He looks back to you, just like I will. Alright, guys. I said, I'm really glad I met you today. Thank you for being so nice. Feraligatr seems to smile just a bit more. I should be thanking you. He rumbles, his voice warm. You remind me that not all humans are cruel. He shifts slightly, lifting one of his massive feet from the water. With a gentle motion, he brings it closer to you. Not threateningly, but almost like an offering. And now, I have hope again. He looks down at you with that deep red eye, no longer filled with anger or suspicion, but kindness, peace. And for just a moment, the light goes faintly beneath him as if nature itself is smiling too. Aw, he's so cute. I like him. Alright, guys. I reach out and then pet the Feraligatr's massive foot. And I said, I love how kind you are. I will definitely come back like you want me to. There's one more thing I want to ask about that power. When it comes to porn that you make with it but hasn't fully evolved yet, like with the friendly toadals that were just loving on me a while ago, can they actually evolve at any time they want, just if somebody like you or someone else they trust asks them to? Feraligatr watches as you pet his foot. The glow in his spikes pulses gently, almost like a cat's purr as you pet him. Hmm, good question. He rumbles. He considers your words for a moment, then answers. They can evolve if they choose to. It says, but it takes a special kind of bond to help them do it. He looks out over the lake, his eyes on the toadals still gathered around you. They're watching him, curious and waiting. It takes trust, care, and love. He moves his foot just slightly as if to nudge you closer, and a lot of patience. Another pause, then, can I ask you another request? Let's see. I just want to see what he does. I might go and stop it right now after this one. His voice drops, almost hesitates, as if it isn't sure if he should ask it or not. There is something I'd like very much, but only if you're willing. What is it? I'm actually curious now. Is he going to ask for more pets, or is he going to actually ask something else? Oh my gosh, watch him ask like to come with me or something, like actually like follow me back home or something. He looks away from you, out over the lake again. His massive body seems almost embarrassed. My request, he rumbles slowly, is selfish. Very selfish. Another beat, but it would mean everything to me. He looks back down at you, his eye meeting yours. There's something in it, almost like, I would like it if you would come back to me again. What exactly does he mean by that? Because technically, if he's talking about like me coming back, he already asked me that earlier. His voice drops even softer, almost a whisper. Oh. But this time, could you bring kindness back with you? He gestures slowly toward the toad still splashing near your feet. They trust you more than they've trusted anyone in centuries. And if you ask them, maybe. Another pause, longer this time. Then, could you help one of them evolve? Oh, wait. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, sure. What do you mean by bring kindness back with you? By the way you've been acting towards me today, it seems like I've been the kindest human you've ever met. Forever, what's more vulnerable than you thought possible for a massive dragon? Kindness is what most of my kind have never seen. His eyes walk into yours again. You've been kind not just to me, but to them. He gestures to the Toadals, who are all looking at you now with eager eyes. And that's more than most humans would or could do. His voice drops to a near whisper. I'm asking you to do more. He lowers his head slightly until he's looking at you directly. Could you return to me again with kindness and hope and love? Two dogs have moved closer now, listening closely as they look between you and Feraligatr. And when you come back, could you bring your heart and your warmth and your gentle words? Another pause, much longer before, and your pets. I'm not gonna say touch because again that sounds flippin' to the way people you take it nowadays. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, of course. Is there a reason you want me to help one of those water toads or possibly even I didn't put all of them to evolve? I didn't even know it was possible without you turning them into clone yourself or having to make completely different versions of them that were more evolved. His red eyes soften as you agree. He seems genuinely relieved. I've been watching them for centuries, but I could never evolve them myself. It takes something more to make them truly happy. He gestures to the Toadals. They are even closer now. They've pressed up against your legs. They seem curious, listening to his every word. They need someone like you. Someone kind. Someone gentle. Someone who cares. Someone who is willing to love them in a way I never could. Give me a second, guys.